What is up, Earthnoids and Space Noids? I am just a simple new type, and in this episode we are returning to the Grips conflict as we continue our coverage of Zeta Defined. Last time, Quattro came out as Cassavol to his people, Yazan met with Sirocco, and Jamatov is going through Federation documents. This time, everyone preps for the battle at Kilimanjaro. Bright picks up the Zadkiel, Quattro and Kamille hike up Kilimanjaro, and Kai and his team are caught by Moir. So let's get into this. Karaba's Oslo base. Amari wants Sumari to work on his attitude control nozzles, but she has her hands full with Quattro's Hyakushiki. They are stretched thin, so she brought along Jason, who is helping with maintenance. Also with him is a young student who read the manual on the Hyakushiki and seems to know her stuff. Sumari tests her with engineering knowledge, and she goes above and beyond. Sumari decides to put her on the maintenance staff for Amado's Zero Shiki. Her name is Chan. Chan says one day, I'm gonna have sex with that pilot. On the moon, Sarah grabs Fa off the street and asks her if she's trying to extract AUG members out of Aldrin. She says that she knows she is a spy and she knows her name. On Cerberus, Kai informs Quattro that they can disable all mobile suits at the base, with the exception of mobile suits at New Type Labs, as they can't break in. They will leave that to Kamille and him. The 12th is the base's opening ceremony. That would be the best day to make it happen. Mobile suits are a no-go, so he's going to have to go for a hike. Just one of the highest mountains in the world. No big deal. Yazan meets with Sarah. She tells Fa that she would help extract AUG members, but they plan on extracting regular Federation members. Sarah thinks the colony drop will happen at 10:30, but Yazan says that is false intelligence, and only those intercepting the AUG know of the true time of the operation. The Radish, Irish, and Argama all gather at Levian Rose. They are going to have a 10-minute window based off of the initial intel they received, though they don't know if Fa's intel is leading them into a trap. The Irish captain, Menidi, wants to act as a diversion. 6 days until the operation. This is as far as they go via Elakar. Kamille and Shar start their hike to Kilimanjaro. It takes 6 days to get there. They have to do it in 5. Sarah somehow peer pressures Fa into faking a Titan's ID to help extract AUG members. On Grips, Bask thinks that based off the data they leaked, the AUG will be late to the party, which will allow them to set up a preemptive attack. But he asks Yazan his military advice. He reminds Bask of the time the two fleets intersected when the AUG was trying to make their escape last time. They could get the drop on them in a similar way, but this time not on accident. A drop attack is the way to go. He wants the Luxor to lead the ambush. 5 days until the operation. At some unknown Anaheim Electronics location, Bright acquires the Zadkiel. It was designed to be a bunker buster for Granada at the end of the 1-year war, but was never used. It goes Mach 3 and could go from orbit to impact in 5 seconds. It must be a precise hit. They go to geosynchronous orbit above Kilimanjaro. At Kilimanjaro, Moir runs into Kai. Luckily, he is wearing goggles and she didn't notice him. The Titans are informed that they won't receive the Bjarlant before the base inauguration. Moir is being very anal, ensuring that everything goes right before the base opens. The AUG and Karaba are calling this operation K-Storm. Kamille and Chartreau make their way to the top of the summit while everyone around the area preps for an assault. 1 day before the operation, Kai and Rekawa are in a meeting room. Rekawa thinks that they should be out there helping. Kai says, relax, we're fine. Moments later, Moir comes in. She instantly recognizes Kai and throws them in the brig. They will be locked up until after the ceremony tomorrow. She contacts Jared and tells him that she found an AUG team and to have his mobile suit team ready just in case. Jared tells the mobile suit team that they won't be attending the ceremony. He tells them to get into their normal suits and to be on standby. Over African airspace, Jamatov Hyman is making his way to the new Titan space surrounded by a giant entourage of 14 Hyzaks. Kamille and Quattro make it to the summit and sneak into a hangar. It's easy to climb one of the tallest mountains if you just cut away. They plan on meeting up with Kai's team and retrieving 4, not knowing Kai is captured. It's crazy how well this Titan's coat works for Kamille on the show, but it isn't doing it in the manga. Kamille thinks to himself that he can't forgive Shar for being the Red Comet. Jamatov makes it to the base. Moir tells him about the AUG spies. She wants him to stay in this room as everywhere else may be booby-trapped by the AUG. Sarah's men captures a Titan commander and Fa pretends to be her. She goes out addressing the Aldrin forces, telling them that some will face disciplinary action depending on their questioning. This allows her to filter out the AUG members from the Federation. After filtering the AUG members, she herds them onto the Radish. Hinken launches. Meanwhile, Sarah is working on getting the remaining Federation forces evacuated. She tells them a colony is planning on falling. The Titans approach. Yazan's Mars side team launches as the cleanup crew. He knows that Sarah is in the south and the Ayug is in the west, leading the enemy right into his fleet. The Irish and the Radish cross paths and salute one another. In the anime, the Titans aimed the colony for Granada, and it deflected to a safe spot. Here, the colony hits its target, Aldrin City. The closest city, Collins City, feels the shock of the impact. The news mentions it came from the Federation base on Aldrin. The Irish comes out of the colony drop rubble. The Titans take the bait, and Yazan and his team pursue the Irish. Captain Menidi orders the crew to dump mobile suit debris, but Yazan doesn't take this bait. The Irish mobile suit team, consisting of Rue, launches. As the Irish team attack from the front, Emma in the Mark II Squared attacks from behind. The Gundam Mark 2x2, pronounced Gundam Mark II Squared, is the repaired version of Emma's Mark II after Yazan nearly destroyed it. This has higher mobility with enhanced thrusters in the shoulders, legs, and rear armor. Besides these enhancements, it is no different than the original Mark II. Yazan wants to bring the traitor in. Emma isn't going to lose this time. Her squad of Nemos back her up. No one is able to get a lock on Emma as she is too fast. Yazan notes that this is an enhanced Mark II. She fires and takes out the Marsai's right arm. He also realizes that they too are getting support from Anaheim. They are led into a trap as they are met with the entire Ayug fleet. They have no choice but to retreat. On the Jupiter, Sarah tells Sirocco she was able to use the Ayug to get the Federation soldiers to safety before the colony dropped on Aldrin. Very convenient how fast they move that many people, but I'll go with it. Sirocco thinks that it is finally time to officially announce his return to the Earth sphere. At Kilimanjaro, 4 is taking a bath when she is able to sense Kamille, who is currently making his way towards New Type Labs. Quattro, dressed in a Titan's uniform, is waiting for Kai. He is late for the meeting, and he wonders if Kai has been captured. Just like the anime, 4 calls out to Kamille from behind. The two are reunited. Quattro is able to track down where Kai is being held. They go to 4's room, where Kamille asks if she was able to find out what her real name is. This causes her to have a mini panic attack, but she snaps out of it. She says that when she pilots the Psycho Gundam, something takes over her body. He wants her to not get into the Gundam and come with him. She agrees, and the two kiss. Moir notices that someone accessed intel on the prisoners. She sends a security detail to the brig to find they are gone. The camera feed was hacked. Jamatov's assistant Erika found the name that was wiped from the Federation documents. This person, who we, the viewer, don't get to see, formed the Titans personally. He wants Erika to go undercover. He gets a call from Moir informing him that the prisoner escaped. She suggests that they delay the ceremony. Of course, Jamatov finds this unacceptable and will remain on time. Ford tells Kamille that she needs her meds for the headaches. She is on psychotropic drugs used to control her. One thing to note is that most cyber new types take drugs to bring out their powers. But it seems in 4's case, it is designed to suppress memories. The Argama is on its way to low Earth orbit over Kilimanjaro, carrying the Zadkiel. The bunker buster has a small margin of error, and they have to be extremely precise. Bright says, and if this all fails, we all agree we're blaming Segusa, right? Everyone goes, yep, it's his fault. Poor Segusa. The Aldumla is leaving from Oslo. Amado and the Xi'an girls are ready for a head-on attack. Meanwhile, underwater near Africa is the Cerberus unit consisting of Apoli and Roberto. Everyone is moving into place. Beltorchica is tasked with piloting a Dodai containing Quattro's Zero Shiki. She is nervous. Quattro and Kai's team are making their way through the base. Kai made a device that creates a false camera feed anytime they enter into a security camera's vicinity. He was able to create this while working as maintenance while the systems were being put in place. He also says that there are 4 security cameras in each room, 100 rooms on each floor, with 25 floors making that 12,500 camera feeds. To the security team, it is a small blip that will go unnoticed. Quattro wants to use this opportunity to take out Jamatov. That is when someone comes on the radar and says that the Ayug and Karaba will attack soon. The security team finds out that this is a recording, not a live broadcast. Quattro wants to know what's going on, as this was supposed to be a surprise attack. But Kai said this order came from Amado. If they attack the Titans preemptively, they are no better than the enemy. Quattro says that is irrelevant. We are at war. But this is how the White Base crew rolls. Now that the Titans know, they have the free will to make the choice to leave on their own. This infuriates Quattro and he goes to find Jamatov on his own. Since everyone's going off plan apparently, Amado will move in first and take out the radar systems. The second wave will sprinkle Minovsky particles. They approach the mountain. Kilimanjaro's defense systems begin attacking Amado. He uses Kai's intel to shoot the radar systems and get a direct hit. The base rumbles and everyone inside realizes the attack is beginning. Muar heads to Jamatov, who is finally canceling the ceremony. Jared tries to launch his mobile suit team, but due to Kai, the hangar doors can't open, trapping their mobile suits. They have to find a new deck. Jared is like, oh my god, the level of incompetence knows no bounds. The Titans confirms 80 mobile suits approaching. New Type Labs is available, but he doesn't have access. That is when he is informed of the mobile suit development department's deck still in use. There's still hope for good old Jared. And that will do it for this episode. The Colony Drop serves so much more weight in the manga, but getting so many people out in a 10-minute time span is making me do Leo Squinty Eyes meme. The power of empathy always wins when it comes to the White Base crew, even at the expense of military strategy, which is something that Chartreau seems to struggle with. Next time, Operation K-Storm will finally take off. Jared pilots a Bearlant. 4 is once again consumed by the Psycho Gundam. Char tries to kill Jamatov, and the Psycho Gundam rages on. But that will do it for now, new types. Remember, don't waste time on lead up if you're just gonna go off book. Peace.